Well, hi guys, it's that time. It's our Hello Monday. And let me just start out and say it's so good to be here with you live recording a brand new video, okay? Over the last week or so, I've been uploading some of my older videos. Last week I was uploading the different miracles of the dead raisings that I've seen. I have seen so many animals raised from the dead in my backyard. I have actually seen 6 people raised from the dead. And actually, did you know that more than half of those were over the telephone? 2 of them was with me there in person. But anyway, and I know that over the past 10 or 11 years, I have prayed for well over 3,000 people. I've seen every kind of miracle and healing that you can possibly think of. Now, I want to make sure I say this. I have not seen 100%, okay? But I have seen a very, very high percentage of healing. The part that bothers me the most is that I see people get healed, but they don't stay healed. And I think that goes back to, see, God's not double-minded, but He gives us His grace and He heals us. But at the same time, what happens is we don't change and alter our lifestyle or our diet or whatever it is that's causing us to be sick, okay? And many of us aren't willing to change. And so the sickness comes back because of that. But let's move on from there, because what I want to do today, okay, is I want to talk to you about an opportunity that I had this weekend to pray for someone. I had a very dear, sweet friend of mine send me a message, and she asked me if I could come and pray for a very dear friend of hers that is bedridden. And so let me just give you a little backdrop, okay? Now, I'm not going to name names today, okay? I'm just going to tell you the story. This lady's been sick for a very long time. She's got a debilitating disease, so she's not completely crippled, but she does have to use a walker to get around. And she's had a colonoscopy, okay? And the latest thing that has been a problem was that they found out that she had ovarian or some type of female cancer. So they did surgery on her, and instead of it actually slowing down and taking care of the problem, it's like that the cancer got on steroids, and now it's just leaps and bounds. And she asked me if I could maybe find time to come by and lay hands on and pray for this precious lady. So I did. I love to pray for people. So it was wonderful that someone would actually ask me to come in their home and lay hands on somebody. You know, with the COVID and everything, people have been kind of leery of having anyone get close to them. So I'm glad some of that has kind of loosened up, and now people aren't scared to have someone else lay hands on them to pray for them. Okay, so with that said, I did go over and I did lay hands on the lady and pray for her. And there's certain ways, things that I say, I demand that certain illnesses and sicknesses dry up and leave the body, things like that. But anyway, so after I got finished praying for her, I told her, I asked her, and I stayed for a while, guys. I mean, I didn't just run in and pray and leave. I was probably there for maybe close to 2 hours. But I did ask the lady if she would do me a favor. And she said, of course I will. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Now, what I had been told by the person that called me is that she keeps saying, well, I just hope that I can live and I don't die before the baby is born. I want to live at least till then, and then maybe I can see the grandbaby. And she even made the comment about that, God was going to take her, but God was going to give life to a new one. It's like one person dies and another one's born. But anyway, basically she's like wanting to live until December. And I knew that. And I didn't really have anything on my mind that I wanted to share with her, but when I asked her, hey, will you do me a favor? What it was is the Lord had dropped into me something He wanted me to say to her. And I said, well, I tell you what, your friend here told me that you wanted to live to see the baby born. And she kind of got emotional and teary and said, yeah, that she really didn't want to die until after the baby was born. I said, well, this is what I want you to do. I want you to say, I will live and I will see my grandbaby born. I need you to promise me you will start speaking, I will live, and I will see my grandbaby born. And she said, I can say that. And I said, I want you to say it at least 3 times a day. Say it every morning when you get up. Say it when you maybe eat lunch or dinner or something, and then say it again when you go to bed. Now, if you want to say it more often than that, you certainly can do that. But at least say it 3 times a day for me. And she said she would. And bless her heart, I guess she meant it, because, guys, she immediately says, I will live and I will see my grandbaby born. I will buy a rocking chair and rock my grandbaby. Guys, that was just like, that made my day, because that told me she really took to heart my advice. Now, what I want to do for the next couple of minutes, I want to tell you why I told her that. And I repeated this to her, and I said, you know, Jesus, it's in red, in Mark chapter 11, verse 23, Jesus says, you will have whatsoever you say. You will have whatsoever you say. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about these 2 little booklets today. I did an extremely long, I think I did like 25 little video sessions, teaching sessions on these 2 little booklets and the power of our words. I think it was maybe back in 2017. But anyway, these are some awesome little booklets. I want to talk to you just a little bit about these booklets. It's called Words and look, just because I'm telling you about these 2 men and their booklets, that does not mean that I believe and follow everything that they believe and 100% in their theology. Actually, you know, I want to make sure I say this in this video. Did you know, I don't know of any teacher or pastor, anybody that I follow 100% of what they believe on every subject. And if you're around somebody long enough, including me, there's going to be things that I say that you're not going to believe like I do, and that's okay. We shouldn't break fellowship over that. Maybe we should just be kind to each other and try to understand why that person may have changed their belief or believe something different. But anyway, these are 2 awesome little booklets, so I want to talk to you about these real quick. The name of this one is God's Creative Power by Charles Capps, and this one is Words by Kenneth E. Hagin, okay? And in God's Creative Power, he quotes right here on page 1, God's creative power will work for you, the Great Confession. And right here, he opens it up with Proverbs 6:2 says, you are snared by your words of your mouth. You are taken by the words of your mouth. Did you know that is so true? And it doesn't matter if you're a Christian or non-Christian, whatever. The things that you say will actually determine your life. Yes, it really is true. Now, so that's a really good scripture right there. And in the back of this book, in the final page or so, here's what Charles Capps writes in the end. He says, Jesus said, I have told, he said that the Lord was talking with him one day about our words and why people aren't seeing what they want. Okay, and it says, and Jesus said, I have told my people they can have what they say, but my people are saying what they have. Did you know that's what I see a lot? People will say, well, I'm sick today, or I don't ever feel good. Did you know when you tell your body, I don't ever feel good, you just gave every cell in your body the information that they're going to run off of. Okay, there's so many scientific studies that have proved this. Okay, so this is the little booklet, and this other booklet right here, Words, he talks about Mark 11:23, the scripture that I quoted to the lady when I was visiting her, and this is such a powerful verse in scripture. Let me, I tell you what, I'm not going to read anything out of this. What I want to do right now is I want to talk to you about Mark 11:23. I'm going to read it to you in the Jonathan Mitchell New Testament. Are you ready? Now, it's real wordy, and it's in the Koine Greek rendering, okay? But he likes to do an expanded on it, so we get a full meaning on it. So here we go. Indeed, I am now saying, truly I am saying to you now, that whosoever may say to this mountain, be picked up and be cast and thrown into the midst of the sea, and may not be undecided, or be divided in his discernment or judgment within his heart, but to the contrary, can and continuously trust and believe with confidence. Did you get that? Believe with confidence that what he is speaking is progressively occurring. It will proceed being for him. Did you get that? The one who believes in his heart and continuously believes with confidence that what he is speaking is progressively occurring, it will proceed being for him. You know, it's kind of like, and I told the lady this when I was visiting her, I said, you know, when I speak healing into someone's body and I tell disease and sickness to die or to dry up and to leave the body, I see that as me holding a football, and I see my target and I'm going to throw it as forcefully as I can to hit my target so that my words have power, okay? I'm going to read to you this same verse, Mark 11:23, in the World English Bible. I love this translation of this verse. Watch. It says, "For most certainly I tell you, whoever may tell this mountain, be taken up and cast into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes what he says is happening, he shall have whatsoever he says." Now, the disciples' literal translation, that's the literal Greek in this. "Truly I say to you that whosoever says to this mountain, be taken up and thrown into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but is believing that what he is speaking is coming about, it will happen for him." So here's the thing, that when you start believing that what you are speaking is already happening, that it is shifting, that our words have power, that it's shifting everything. See, it's the unseen realm that is true. And when we speak our words, we start bringing what is not seen into the world of the seen, what we can see. What we don't see will manifest for us when we speak with an intent of knowing that when I say this is going to happen, this is what's going to happen. This is what is already happening. The moment I release my words, it's already in motion. Okay? So listen, I just wanted to tell you before I let you go today, okay? I got to tell you that I love you, and I pray and always wish the very, very best for each and every one of you. If you have any words about these two little booklets, just drop me a little message down in the comments, and I'll be glad to help you with any questions you may have. But I tell you what, I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to go do a little workout in my yard and have a really good evening hanging out with my husband. And I pray, again, that you have a good evening as well. I'll see you here again. Bye-bye.